Today, you're going to be working on your speaking outline for your demonstration speech. To find your speaking outline examples, you'll need to log into Schoology. In Schoology, in your demonstration speech folder, you'll need to open the assignment that says the body outline. In this assignment, it's going to talk to you about some of the things that you're going to need to include in your outline. The first thing that you're going to want to include in your outline is explaining and showing the materials needed. The second thing you'll need to do is describe and demonstrate the steps needed to complete your topic. And the third thing you'll need to do is explain why the skill you're demonstrating is important. We've already discussed that when giving a speech, a speaking outline is very important to keep ourselves organized. But we've also recognized that a speaking outline does not write out word for word what you're going to say. It just gives you reminders of what you're planning on talking about. Your body outline that you'll be writing must have the information in the order you are going to explain it in your speech. When it comes to the steps of your speech, they must be written in chronological order, or in the order that they must be completed to do your skill successfully. Your outline also must include details you will describe and demonstrate. They can be written in complete sentences or phrases. Your outline must include written out transitions between each main idea, and it needs to indicate moments of demonstration, prop usage, or gestures. This is where you're giving yourself reminders of what you want to do to make sure the delivery of your speech is successful. Your outline can be highlighted, bolded, underlined, or color coordinated, depending on your style, just so that you can see your speech outline as clearly as possible when presenting. So to complete your outline, you're going to open up the link titled Your Body. It'll be under your attachments in Schoology. Once you open up that link, it's going to ask you to make a copy of the document. You're going to press the button, Make a Copy. Once the copy has been made, you're going to need to get out of Schoology and open your Google Docs. In your Google Docs, this document, Copy of the Body, will be one of the first things in your Google Doc folder. In this document, I have given you the format that you're going to be writing your outline in. So right away, you're going to see that we have transitions. We also have this A, materials needed. We have B, descriptions and demonstrations of steps. And we have C, why the skill is important. For Digital Learning Day today, I want you to focus on A, B, and C. We will discuss transitions when we come to class. Also in Schoology, under your attachments in the body outline, you'll see some examples. The first example is the body outline that I have created for my speech. So yesterday we saw my planning worksheet that I'm planning on how to weave a basket. If you take a look at my materials needed, I'm indicating exactly what I need to actually complete my basket. So my materials that I'm listing here, 1 through 6, are the materials I need to complete a basket in real life, not necessarily my speech. So I need reed, I need decorative pieces, I need a bucket of water, a spray bottle, small tools, a table, and a comfortable place to sit. I'm also listing out these materials that are needed in the order that I will discuss them in my speech. You'll notice that underneath my materials, I've also indicated some other ideas that I want to mention in my speech. So when I talk about reed, I want to make sure I'm showing samples of baskets. This highlighted section pointing to reed is a gesture that I want to do in my speech. That's a note to myself that I'm going to do that in my speech. I've also indicated that in today's demonstration, we will be using different colored strips of paper, not reed. So I'm starting to showcase my substitutions for my speech. Again, under decorative pieces, I'm noticing that I have to show them, I have to point to them. I talk about why I would need a bucket of water, why I would need a spray bottle, and I'm showing some pictures of small tools. After I've gone through my materials needed, I'm going to work on B. Again, in B, you are giving the steps that are needed to complete your task in the order that they must be completed in. So your steps as you're going through need to be written out in a way that can remind you of what the steps you want to go through are. Think about this speech when the girl was demonstrating chopsticks and how she really broke down what she had to do with her hand, how the chopstick gets laid down. You need to think about your skill and totally break it down. These steps should be identified on your worksheet you did yesterday. You'll notice that I have some things highlighted that say demonstrate. That's a key to me when I'm giving my speech, that I need to demonstrate these things. I also have some tips written down below it. So yesterday I asked you to think about some tips and hints. This is where those go in. You're giving us one of the steps. What's a tip or a hint or a trick that you know to make that step easier or to think through? So I have a tip underneath that one. I have a tip underneath this one. And I have a tip underneath this one. Saying, because I know how to do this skill, this is how you do this step just a little bit better. Then I'm going to work on C, why the skill is important. So why this skill is important, you can think of in a couple of ways. My first two, I've thought that this skill is important because of basket weaving itself. So I'm thinking of it within the context of my topic, which is something you can think about as well. So you could think about how shooting a basketball is important for the game of basketball, or how catching a fielder is important in the game of baseball. Okay, that's fine. But you can also think about your skill in a more general sense. How is knowing this skill going to better us in life itself? My first two are specific to the skill. Having a really solid base or bottom of a basket makes the rest of the basket that much stronger. The shape of the basket is determined by the shape of your base. Those are specific to basket weaving. But my third one is more general, more about life itself. This idea that being able to weave material together helps you understand how other things like rugs or fabrics are also woven together. So by being able to weave a basket, you can better understand how other things are made as well. That's a more general reason why this is important. You want to try to have 2 or 3 reasons why your skill is important in your outline. For today, I would like you to complete A, B, and C. Don't worry about writing out your transitions. We will talk about those in class. If you have questions, send me a Schoology message or an email, and I'll see you tomorrow.